All right, Chapter 8, Mac. Yes, it's Messy Hair Monday, but anywho, the truck thumped and rumbled along the superhighway, its powerful headlights cutting a yellow slice through the blackness. You all right up there, kid? The driver called. From the sleeping bunk set up high in the cab of the big diesel, Henry answered. Right, Mac, I'm okay. Okay, Henry thought bitterly. Sure, I'm okay. I don't have a friend in the world. I look like some sort of sideshow freak. The police and doctors, my folks, and heaven knows who else is after me. And I don't know where I'm going. If that's being okay, then I'm okay. He had stood out on the highway for a long time and watched the day turn into dark. Hundreds of cars and trucks had swept by without stopping. But Mac had stopped and offered him a lift. That was hours ago, and they had come a long way. Henry didn't know how many miles they had traveled or where they were heading, and what's more, he didn't care. He was sure that Mac had not seen his spots. It had probably been too dark to notice. No one in his right mind would have anything to do with me, Henry thought. No, once they got a look at these stupid big brown spots. Even Mac, nice as he seemed, wouldn't have taken a chance if he had seen me clearly. Hop in, Mac had said. The weather's fine, a big grin crossing his friendly face. He was a huge black man dressed in dirty overalls. His truck was clean and warm, and Henry didn't hesitate. After sitting alongside Mac for an hour or so in the front seat, Henry had climbed up to the bunk and fallen quickly asleep. He didn't know how long he had slept, but he felt rested now. Mac turned the big truck off the highway and onto the service road. Slowly, he shifted down through the gears and, braking gently, brought the huge trailer to a stop. Hey, kid, he called. Come on down here. Henry climbed down to sit beside Mac. Supper time, he said. Now, just as soon as I get the lights on. I like the dark, Henry said quickly. You what? I like the dark, Henry said as the lights came on. Henry blinked at the sudden brightness. He's seen me now, he thought. Mac reached down below the seat and brought up a big picnic basket. He placed it between them on the seat. Now let's just see what that woman gave us for supper, he said. It's all right, said Henry. I'll get off here. Huh? I won't make a fuss, said Henry. I'll just go quickly. You are a strange one, kid, said Mac. Now what are you talking about? Well, you must see these big brown sprouts all over me now. Mac nodded. Yeah, I see 'em. He began looking through the picnic basket. You like ham and cheese? I'm willing to go, Henry began. Maybe chicken spread? We got chicken spread, too. And I do believe, yes, by heavens, tuna fish. I mean, said Henry, if you don't want to have anything to do with me, I'll understand. I really will. What'll it be? Max said. Tuna, chicken spread, or ham and cheese? He was looking squarely at Henry's face, smiling ever so slightly. Tuna, said Henry after a moment, taking the sandwich Mac had handed him. Glory be, we eat at last, Max said. Henry gobbled the tuna fish sandwich and nothing flat, then went on to dispose of the ham and cheese, an apple, a piece of raisin cake, and a half thermos bottle of milk. There was chocolate cake, too, but Henry declined it. Somehow, it didn't appeal to him. When they had finished eating, Mac settled back and lighted his cigar. Mac, said Henry, isn't there something that you want to ask me? Sure, but I figure you about to tell me what I want to know. Well, Henry began, I have this disease called chocolate fever. That's what these big brown spots are all over me, chocolate. And nobody, especially a doctor named Fargo, knows what to do about it. So I'll probably have these spots on me for the rest of my life, and that's why you're running away, Max said. I have to run away. I look so terrible and ugly. I wouldn't say ugly, Max said. Unique, maybe. What's that? Sort of special. But how can I live this way? I'm a freak and a chocolate freak. Easy now, said Mac. Calm down. People will be looking, staring at me. How can I live with people staring at me? Mac chuckled softly. He looked away from Henry. How would you like it, Mac, if people stared at you? You know, kid, I've had some experience in that line myself, the big man said quietly. You mean people stare at you? Huh? Mac said. When you're, and most other people are white, that's about, Henry said. I'm sorry. Oh, it's nothing personal, kid. Besides, by the time I was your age, I'd gotten over it. But, getting stared at and some other things got me thinking. If there's so many white people and so few black people, that kind of makes me unique. You mean special. Exactly, right? So all that staring and stuff, what it did was make me proud, And that's okay for you, Henry, said Henry. But white with big brown all over it is ugly. Mac put his hand to his mouth and coughed. For a moment, Henry thought that he might be laughing. Okay, youngster, he said. Have it your way. Just tell me. Where are you going? What do you figure on doing? I'm just running away, Mac, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Mac thought about that for a second and a half. Just flat out run, huh? Things get too much for you and you just cut out? Brilliant. Said Henry. I just won't. Okay, then. You won't go back. But tell me, let me ask you something. Yes. They've been good to you? Yes. Don't beat up on you? Of course not. Don't make your life miserable? No. So they're parents, right? Right. And because they're kind and good, right? Yes. Well, how do you think that they feel right now, wondering where you might be? If you're all right? Are you dead, maybe? Yes, sir. You sure are treating them mean. Why, it wouldn't surprise me if your mother was crying her heart out right now, just sick to death with worrying about you. But, Mac, now you hush till I'm finished with what I've got to say. A good child respects his parents. Yes, sir. A good child don't cause his parents heartache or grief or worry. No, sir. Henry didn't try to say anything, but he was listening very carefully. Now here's my plan, kid. First thing we do is drive down this road till we get to a phone. Then we call your folks so that they can stop worrying. I'm not going back to the hospital, Henry said firmly. We'll tell that to your folks, too. Maybe there's someplace else you can go, some other doctor who can take care of you. I like that idea, dear, said Henry. Who knows, continued Mac. Maybe this chocolate fever of yours will go away. Maybe you'll wake up tomorrow and it'll be cured. I hope so, said Henry. But I don't think so. Anyway, first thing we do is call your folks, okay? Henry smiled. There was something about the way that Mac spoke that made him feel better. How about it? Mac asked. Should we go find the phone? What are we waiting for? Said Henry. That's the end of chapter 8.